What's up, Capstone family? This is Ed with Capstone coming at you on this Friday, the 24th of September. I hope you're doing well out there. I'm looking forward to a nice weekend. The weather is looking like it's cooling down a little bit, which is nice. Getting outside and walking around the block in the morning without a bunch of bugs chasing me. You know, when they go in your ears and they're like, all of a sudden that's the part where it becomes real for me. But I'm happy to report that this morning that did not happen. So super excited about what's to come as the weather cools down. Hey, but getting to it, wanted to go through just a list of market stats as to what happened. My man Troy Peterson over at Fidelity compiled a bunch of great data, and I wanted to read it off for you. A lot of it comes actually from charts similar to what we have on the site. Definitely check those out. This should corroborate some of that information, and if it doesn't, would love to hear where it does not. But I wanted to run through this really quickly. This week, what we've seen for sales prices are, you might see that there's been some sort of a decline. You might be hearing a decline in the sales market activity. The sales that have happened in the last month and two have just been lower priced homes. That's all that it is. The luxury stuff sells up until the summer. Summer, it tapers off and starts coming back again at the first of the year and later when things cool off. So the luxury market just kind of takes a little bit of a hiatus in the summertime, and that's why the price points seem to have come down. That's all that is. Increased inventory. There's been a little bit of an uptick in increased inventory, but we're still at crazy numbers. We're still at just a ridiculous shortage of houses. We're up to just over 6,000 actives on the market, but at the same time, we should be 4 times that. To the point where now we're still in a crazy seller's market. On here, it says that we are in a hyper seller's market, right? As the terms from what they put together, which I think is very valid. Again, you put something on the market right now, you're going to find out really fast whether or not you're priced right and whether or not it's what people are looking for. Closings over list price have come down. So we were at like 60% closings over list price as a total maybe 3 months ago or so. Now we're down to like 51%. So different price points mean different things. I think the sweet spot is 300 to 400,000. You're going to see more houses that are selling for over asking. But other than that, the overall market is at about 51%. Annual appreciation has come down and it's dropped to 28%, right? How crazy is that? 28% annual appreciation. Depending on where your property is located, depending on what's happening in the area, is what you're going to get there. Now, normal transaction volume. So I'm going to read this one. So it says, for the month of August, the amount of sales was fairly typical to overall averages of previous years. Amidst the challenges of the market, it's still possible to put deals together. And so, yeah, I think there's still stuff out there. Realistically, the amount of transactions that are happening from year over year, that doesn't seem much different for us either. We did see a lot more on the sales side this year than we have in the past, and not as many buyers. Buyers being pretty discouraged. We are starting to see them come back, which is great. New contracts, let's see, it's been flat from week to week. And what this mentions, which has been interesting, and we've been talking about this on these videos, is the institutional buyers and how they're coming into areas and really picking things up, and sometimes for more than what you'd expect. If you can get those guys to work against each other and pricing, you're going to find that they're going to, outbid oftentimes even owner occupants on these properties. One of the benefit to our sellers is that you're not going to have to worry about appraised value. But looking at this, it looks like they purchased 1,145 homes in August, institutional buyers. That's huge. Right now, they hold approximately 10% of available listings on the MLS currently. So definitely something to keep an eye on. Let's see what happens with these, because at the end of the day, if institutional buyers, which, since I think I put this video together last week, I've been put into different situations with different business owners of different companies and different perspectives on what the market here is doing. And it's just wild how I've heard a couple of different things. For example, like the semiconductor plant, Taiwan Semiconductor, that's coming here. I met with a potential client this week that brought up that because Taiwan Semiconductor is going to be here, it's going to bring even that many more other businesses that need those chips because they're going to want to be right here next to the manufacturer of those chips, which I hadn't thought about. He had some stats that I don't quite remember, but sounded pretty amazing, right? And he definitely sounded like he knew what he was talking about. So, lots of little things on that end that I think we still have something to look forward to here in the market as to upward mobility and trending. Sounds like rates may be changing sooner than later. Maybe they're thinking towards the middle of next year. So if that happens, how's that gonna affect our market? At the end of the day, we still have 200 people moving to the Phoenix area, and by the end of the year, we're only planning on building another 10,000 homes. So there's a huge disparity there. There's plenty of people looking for properties right now, and at the end of the day, holding property, for a lot of our investors, sounds like the best play at this point. Cool. I hope this message finds you well. I hope you have a great weekend. Feel free to subscribe. If you do, then it'll send you a YouTube link as these come out every week instead of having to wait for that email, which you may or may not be able to get, whether it goes to junk or whatever. But cool. Hey, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend. Stay safe out there. Bye.